Hello, everybody, and welcome. For those of you new around here, my name is Roger, and this is your daily tarot map for Friday, September 25th, 2015, using tarot to create the life you want. Well, first off, a big thank you to everybody for liking these videos, for sharing them, for subscribing to this channel, for commenting. As always, I really appreciate your support. So this week we are working with the Byzantine Tarot, a beautifully illustrated deck created by John Matthews and Cilla Conway. And the three cards drawn randomly from the deck today were the Nine of Swords, the Count of Staves, and the Five of Cups. So we have some challenging cards in our draw today. The first being the Nine of Swords, a card typically signaling worry and anxiety. Now I'm talking about the kind of worry and anxiety that keeps you tossing and turning all night long, the kind that weighs heavily on your mind, as signified by the nine swords hanging over the individual's head in this card. So this card often points to a need to make a difficult decision, the kind where there might be a major sacrifice involved, or even the kind where someone ends up getting hurt at the end, which is sometimes unavoidable. Now, think about a middle manager, for instance, who's been giving word from above that he or she has to lay off 60% of their workforce. And it's up to them to decide who's to let go and who gets to stay. This could be a decision even to shut down a failing business, or perhaps to quit a job that has become unbearable for you. So what this card does is urges you to not put off making this choice or decision, because the sooner you make it, the sooner you can get on with your life, move on, and pick up the pieces. In other words, you need to take control here. And the idea of control is illustrated by our second card, the Count of Staves. Now, if you remember, the counts are the kings in the Byzantine Tarot, and as such, they take control of a situation and do what needs to be done for the better of all involved. Now, in this deck, staves is associated with the element of air, with thought, with intellect. So this king reinforces that idea of making a swift decision and without stopping to agonize over it. You know, when I first turned over this card, the image made me think of somebody sitting down and writing their letter of resignation. So this might be irrelevant to some of you. But mostly I see this card as advising us to sign on the dotted line. In other words, to make a choice and make it official, whatever that may mean for you. This king, the King of Staves, does not like disharmony. So by making a choice, he is inadvertently working on restoring the harmony in his life. So what's ever been up in the air for some of you, it may be in your best interest to stop procrastinating, make the choice, and then get on with your life. Yes, there may be some painful moments involved, as suggested by our last card, the Five of Cups, a card of loss, separation, and even regret. But what's important to know with this card, however, is that it represents a turning point. The tears have been shed, a difficult decision has been made. Now we can look forward to the future with hope, as this card often does represent a hopeful outlook, signified by the two cups, one that the person is holding, that still are full, as well as the sky in the background, which appears to be lightning. So sometimes in life, we can't avoid the painful and difficult decisions, such as ending a relationship that's no longer working, firing a problem employee, or walking away from a job or a job offer. Notice in this card, as we mentioned, that the one person is still holding an upright cup. So perhaps there might be somebody close to you who's willing to provide a shoulder if needed. But mostly, I see this group of cards today as pointing to a need to choose quickly, and then move on. So the message today for these three cards is: every decision is liberating, even though it may initially lead to a painful situation. Sometimes we have to do what's right instead of what's easy. So today's advice card comes from the Symbolon Oracle, and the card drawn randomly from the deck today was Prevention. So I think this card nicely sums up what many of us might be going through at the present time. Just as the knight in this image is pulling relentlessly at the sword in the rock without success, so do some of us. So some of us might be spinning our wheels and wasting all our time and effort on something that's just not bearing fruit. If something's simply not working, then it might be time for us to walk away and try something different. And this might be the decision that we were talking about with the other three cards. So perhaps the sword that we're trying to dislodge from the rock isn't our sword, and it may be time to put it behind us and move in a different direction. And that's it for today. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you click the like button below and visit my website at tarot-dude.com, where you can book a personal consultation with me. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Brightest blessings.